Words fail to express the depth of our sorrow, anguish, and outrage over the sudden loss of a shining presence from our community. But many beautiful and meaningful words described Zheng Shaoxiong, also known as Dennis, and what he means to his family and friends. We gather today in the warmth of this chapel to honor this talented young man's life and to offer our condolences to those who love him, especially to his family. My name is Morris Charles. I'm the Dean of Rockefeller Memorial Chapel. The next voice that you will hear is that of Paul Alivisados, President of the University of Chicago.
I want to express my appreciation to all of you for joining us today as we gather to remember Zheng Shaoxiong, known to many as Dennis, who was tragically taken from us last week. This is a sad and difficult time for the University of Chicago community. We have lost a valued member of our community. We are joined today by Dennis's parents who have traveled here from China. Dennis was a member of our family, and by extension, that means that you are a member of our family too. We share your deep sorrow at Dennis's tragic loss. We are honored by you as you have chosen to join us in today's ceremony to mourn his passing and to celebrate his life. I want to extend a special welcome and thank you to Dennis's girlfriend, Xinyi, who helped to plan today's service. We are also honored to welcome Bianchi Chuen, Deputy Consul General of the People's Republic of China in Chicago, who has joined us today to speak on behalf of the Chinese consulate in Chicago. We are heartbroken by this tragic and senseless loss, which has been felt deeply by our community both here in the United States and around the world. This university has welcomed and benefited from the presence of international scholars and students like Dennis, and in particular those from China, since our earliest years. Our commitment to the community of scholars from China remains as strong as ever as we face this tragedy together. I want to acknowledge that Dennis's loss has been deeply felt by the students, parents, friends, and alumni from China who form such an important part of our community. My thoughts are with all of you during this most difficult of times. Dennis was a talented and passionate student, a proud graduate of the university, a cherished friend to many members of our community. He first came to us from the University of Hong Kong to earn his Master's of Science in Statistics, aspiring to become a data scientist. Like so many of our graduates and alumni, he embodied the values of the University of Chicago. Through his commitment to improving the lives of others by using his knowledge and expertise to address some of the key problems we face as a global society. During his time here, Dennis touched many people's lives. In addition to being a student in the Department of Statistics, Dennis was also a teaching assistant in the Booth School of Business and the Harris School of Public Policy. And he will be deeply missed by the faculty, his colleagues, and his students, to whom he was a beloved teacher, mentor, and friend. From everyone I have spoken to over the last several days, what has become most clear to me is that in addition to being a prominent and enthusiastic scholar and a valued colleague, Dennis was a dear friend to so many people, both here on campus and beyond. I have been told of his kindness, his generosity, the light and positivity he brought to everything he did, and most of all, what a supportive and encouraging friend he was to everybody he knew. As we gather to celebrate Dennis's life, I want to express to his parents, loved ones, and friends the deep sense of sadness and loss that we as a community feel as we mourn his passing. I also want you to know that it was an honor to welcome Dennis into our community, into our family. And we are grateful for the opportunity to have known him. Dennis will always be remembered here as a wonderful, talented, and caring person who touched so many people's lives and helped make them better. Thank you.
We now welcome to this podium the Deputy Consul General of the People's Republic of China, Shaoxiong.
President Elvi Satos, Provost Kai Sili, Madam Li Rong, Mr. Zheng Xiaodong, ladies and gentlemen. 今天，我们怀着沉重的心情，在这里深切悼念郑少雄同学。少雄是一位品学兼优的好学生，尊敬长辈，关爱他人，心地善良，才华横溢。在芝加哥大学求学期间，深得教授和同学们的喜爱。我们为他不幸遇害深感震惊和痛惜。在此，我谨代表中国驻芝加哥总领馆，向少雄的家人和朋友们表示深切的哀悼和慰问。Today, it is with a heavy heart that we come to mourn and remember Zheng Shaoxiong. Shaoxiong was an understanding student with a fine character. He was respectable, caring, kind, talented, and was welcomed by his peers and professors. We are shocked and pained by his loss. On behalf of the Consulate General of the People's Republic of China in Chicago, I would like to express our deepest condolences to Shaoxiong's family and friend. After Shaoxiong's unfortunate encounter, the University of Chicago has given great attention and has provided considerate and comprehensive assistance in relevant matters, including helping to bring Shaoxiong's family to the US. I would like to take this opportunity to express my gratitude to President Levi Santos, Provost Kai-C Lee, and staff at the University of Chicago. Shaoxiong's friends, peers, and Chinese community has also done extensive work during this process, which shows the fine qualities, unity, and friendship amongst compatriots. 少雄遭遇不幸后，芝加哥大学高度重视，在处理后事和协助少雄父母来美等方面做了大量的全面的安排。在此，我谨向阿利维萨托斯校长、利加仪教务长以及芝加哥大学的各位工作人员致以敬意。少雄的朋友、同学、华人社区做了大量的工作，充分展现了同胞之间团结互助的优良传统。中国政府高度重视维护海外中国公民的安全和合法权益。中国驻芝加哥总领馆强烈谴责滥杀无辜的凶残犯罪行为。少雄遭遇不幸后，我们立即要求美有关方面尽快查清和公布案件情况，并采取切实措施保护包括中国留学生在内的中国公民的安全。总领馆也第一时间与少雄的家人和芝加哥大学等相关方面取得联系，并保持密切沟通，为少雄的家人来美处理后事提供协助。The Chinese government attaches great importance to the safety and lawful rights of overseas Chinese nationals. After Shaoxiong's unfortunate encounter, we immediately demanded the relevant U.S. authorities to promptly investigate and release information about the case, and to take concrete measures ensuring the safety of all Chinese nationals, including Chinese students studying abroad. The Consulate General has immediately contacted Shaoxiong's family, the University of Chicago, and relevant parties, and had remained in close contact in order to provide assistance to Shaoxiong's family. 逝者已去，愿少雄安息。We wish that Shaoxiong may rest in peace. 希望少雄的家人和朋友们节哀顺变，也希望包括中国留学生在内的中国公民密切关注居住地的治安状况，进一步提高风险意识，加强安全防范，确保自身安全。驻芝加哥总领馆将继续竭诚为同胞们做好服务。We hope Shaoxiong's family and friends may be consoled. We also hope that Chinese nationals, including Chinese students studying abroad, will closely observe local security conditions, be timely acquainted with security warning, strengthen safety precautions, and ensure personal safety. The Chinese Consulate General in Chicago will spare no efforts to serve our compatriots. Thank you.
Next, we will hear from our provost, Kai-Yi Lee.
It is with heavy hearts that we gather here today as we remember our colleague, our friend, Zheng Shaoxiong, who we call Dennis. I would like to extend my deepest condolences to Dennis's parents and friends. Please know that the university community is grieving with you during this difficult time, and that you have our heartfelt sympathy and support. As President Alivasatos mentioned, Dennis graduated from the university this past spring with a Master of Science in Statistics. He used machine learning for inferring gene regulatory networks and aspired to be a data scientist. His former professors at the University of Chicago has described him as a bright and passionate student who wanted to use his talents to make a positive impact in the world. Dennis did his undergraduate work at the University of Hong Kong, and his undergraduate research advisor, who happens to be a UChicago alumnus, remembers Dennis as a wonderful and resourceful research assistant and a gentle and kind person who was eager to learn and always willing to share his knowledge. I did not have the privilege of knowing Dennis personally, but have had the opportunity to speak with some of his close friends and family over the past several days. They shared with me that Dennis was a thoughtful and friendly individual who always lit up the room with his smile. He would go out of the way to help anyone, whether it be a friend or someone he did not know. He was well known and respected among the student body, and he was proud to be a graduate of the University of Chicago. Dennis truly embraced and enjoyed his life, living each day to its fullest. Dennis was taken from us far too soon, and nothing can ease the pain of his loss. Although his life was cut short, Dennis had an extraordinary impact on this world and on the many people who knew and loved him. We are honored that he was a member of our campus community, and we will remember him fondly. To Dennis's parents and loved ones here in Chicago and around the world, 孝雄使我们的大学成为一个更好的地方。我们整个社区跟你们一起哀悼，并愿你平安，可你的悲伤得以化解。我们将致力于我们的学生和我们的校园社区的所有成员的安平，并将尽我们之所能，防止 这样的悲切再次发生。Shaoxiong made our university a better place. Our entire community mourns with you, the parents and friends, and wishes you peace and healing. We are committed to the safety of our students and to all members of our campus community, and will do everything we can to prevent a tragedy like this from happening again. Thank you.
Dan Nicolai is professor and chair of the Department of Statistics. We welcome him to the podium.
To the family and friends of Zheng Shaoxiong, known to us as Dennis, I join President Alvisaros, Deputy Consul General Bian, and Provost Lee in expressing our condolences for your tragic loss. I'm here on behalf of the Statistics Department to express our collective pain and sorrow for the passing of our beloved alumnus and to share with you some of our cherished memories. We were fortunate to have had Dennis as a student in the statistics master's program for 2 years, starting with the fall of 2019. And we knew from the very beginning that his aspiration, his ambition was to solve important problems facing our society using the tools of statistics and data science. Dennis was never a passive learner. He asked countless questions in and outside of the classroom. He debated on statistical reasoning and statistical methods, and he often challenged the status quo. When faced with adversity, he showed great determination and emerged stronger. I collaborated with Dennis on his research thesis on machine learning methods for gene regulatory networks, and I greatly admired his dedication to learning and his intellectual curiosity. I initially suggested to him a problem in network theory, and he politely listened. He acknowledged my idea. He took notes on the books and the papers I suggested to read. He left, and he came back weeks later to report on his progress. He told me he read a couple of advanced books, different than the ones I suggested. He took an online course on machine learning with graphs, and he made significant progress on a research problem that was very different than the one I suggested, one that was more challenging and better suited to his research interests. And this spirit of inquiry, creativity, independence show me his great promise for scholarly work, and also I was convinced that he would be successful in anything he had decided to pursue. Dennis was not only a promising scholar, but a wonderful person as well, always willing to sacrifice his own time to help others. As the unofficial tour guide for prospective and first-year students, and as a strong advocate of our department, he earned the affection of many of our community members. Beyond our department, Dennis loved the atmosphere of the university. He enjoyed the diversity of opinions and the rational debates on many topics. He also enjoyed spending time and interacting with his friends and neighbors in Hyde Park, many of whom are here. As we search for healing in face of this heartbreaking loss, I know that we all will remember Dennis for his kind and generous spirit, for his talent and dedication. I'm fortunate to have known Dennis, and I will always cherish the memories of our interactions. Thank you.
Next, we will hear from Bruce D. Meyer, the McCormick Foundation Professor at the Harris School of Public Policy.
It must certainly be that his family and friends most intensely feel the loss of Zheng Shaoxiong, who we knew as Dennis. Nevertheless, Dennis had an influence beyond his family and friends and beyond the statistics department. Earlier this calendar year, he served as the teaching assistant for a statistics class I taught at the Harris School of Public Policy, Advanced Statistics for Data Analysis 2. He brought dedication, creativity, and insight to the work. He was a terrific teaching assistant who was much beloved by the students. Some of his students emailed me to share their thoughts. One said he was the best and most responsible teaching assistant I have ever met. A second lamented how unfortunate it is that we have lost such a helpful and hardworking person. And she went on that his commitment went beyond what was mandated to help students in the class. She cited that he set up a separate Zoom call to help her out given the time difference between Chicago and India where she was. His students were inspired to learn from him. They were also inspired to teach others in the way he did. Two of the students in the class were so inspired that they contacted me about being teaching assistants this year for the same class. The life of Dennis Zheng shows us that even a young person can have a lot of impact on others. He certainly did.
We have among us Shaoxiong's mother. We welcome Li Rong even as we offer our deepest condolences.
我最亲爱的儿子，我一路流泪，一路思念，一路坎坷，终于来到了芝加哥大学，来到了你追求知识的最高学府。妈妈生平第一次出国，不是去旅游观光，不是去参加你的毕业典礼，更不是参加你的婚礼庆典，而是参加你的葬礼。多么惨痛的人间悲剧！你求学，离开家长欢乐的 样子，妈妈还历历在目。你说你要带我去看世界，你要我见证你的梦想，你要我们一起期待未来。可如今我们母子阴阳相隔，我悲痛的一遍一遍地呼唤你的名字，儿子，为什么让妈妈看到希望的时候，却突然坠落在地狱中？我可怜的儿子呀，当罪恶的子弹穿过你青春蓬勃的胸膛，当你满身鲜血的躺在异国他乡冰冷的街道上，你是多么的无助，多么的可怜，多么的绝望，多么的愤怒啊！你才24岁，你的科研梦，你的天文梦，你的数学梦，你的爱情梦，一瞬间彻底的被粉碎了。你带着对生活的眷恋，对你亲人的爱戴，对同学的关怀，在暴徒罪恶的子弹里，永远永远的消失在我生活里了。这消息来得太突然了，我听到的时候全身发抖，撕心裂肺，痛不欲生。我不相信这是真的，我不相信我再也见不到我的宝贝。人们说，能够处处发光的人就是天使。苍天啊，求求你把我的天使还给我吧。短暂的24年，你陪着我度过了幸福的时光，我也陪着你茁壮的成长。为了你实现宏伟的人生规划，你勤奋的学习，从乐山实验中学到成都七中，到香港大学，再到芝加哥大学，圆满地完成了研究生学业。我为你的成绩骄傲着，你也为我的付出感恩着。就在惨遭枪杀的前2天，我还收到你从芝加哥寄来的一瓶香水，这是你给妈妈的生日礼物。今天我远渡重洋来到你身边，我用了你买给我的香水，我相信你能闻到这个味道，闻到妈妈的味道。你知道妈妈来接你回家了。我要静静地待在你身边，我要用你童年时用过的小梳子一遍一遍地梳理你的茂密的头发，我要千百次地抚摸你俊朗的面孔，我要亲吻你睿智的双眼，渴望你再睁开眼睛看看你深爱你的妈妈。我要紧紧地把你搂在怀中，用我的体温驱散你冰凉的身躯。我要把你带回家。亲爱的儿子，你知道吗？妈妈听到别人赞美你是杰出青年，是青年才俊的时候，妈妈是多么的高兴，多么的自豪。在人们的心目中，你就是谦谦君子，温润如玉，你就像一道光，温暖着大家。但是只有妈妈知道，你背后付出了多少艰辛努力。 妈妈为你骄傲，妈妈为你自豪。亲爱的儿子，值得欣慰的是，在我人生最黑暗的时候，无数的认识的、不认识的朋友给了我无限的温暖和安慰。中国大使馆给我来电话，芝加哥大学给我来电话，香港大学也给我来电话，中国七中、成都七中为你追办了追思会，还有许许多多的爱心人士，是他们伸出了一双温暖的无私的手，用人间的温情温暖我几乎僵死的身体，让我有勇气克服困难来到你身边，让我代表你向他们表示深深的感谢。亲爱的儿子，陪同我来的还有千千万万个妈妈，还有千千万万的亲人，我们共同悲切，我们共同愤怒，我们共同要求严惩凶手。为此，我以母亲的名义强烈的呼吁，切实保护每个留学生的安全，绝不能让悲剧重演。这是个千万个留学生的交代，也是个千万个家庭的交代。儿子，有那么多人爱你，天堂，你一路走好。深爱你的妈妈。
In honor of this young man's life, I invite you to rise for a moment of silence. May Zheng Shaoxiong's memory be a blessing, and may he rest in peace. Please be seated. My prayer for all of you is that in the days ahead, you may find comfort and courage and strength. If you need our support, please do not hesitate to reach out to us at Spiritual Life, to Student Wellness, and to Perspectives if you are faculty and staff. And especially to the family. Whatever we can do for you in the days ahead, please feel free to reach out. You will always be a part of this community. The service is ended. Peace be with you.